So here we are with layer 1 finished, and the next step is to put the second layer in. And when you do that, I want you to think about the shapes kind of weaving underneath what I'm calling the rivers, the long narrow spaces. So again, organic shapes, not geometric, and think about them going from one side to the other. So I'm just going to start with like an oval shape. So you start at the edge of this river and then imagine that it's going underneath and start it again here and then returning back. So if you had X-ray vision, you can see that they're connecting. And then as you're adding these shapes, think about them being slightly smaller than the first ones you made. Because if you remember on the introductory video, each layer you go down, the shapes will get smaller and smaller. So for instance, this one here, I'm going to start next to it. Organic shape, imagine it's coming through here. And then I have this shape to fill now. And I'm going to now go over to this shape. And imagine that if I had X-ray vision, that I was going underneath. And again here, it's going under. So you can see how that went all the way underneath. 1, 2, 3 of those rivers. And again, starting here. This one's just going to sit on this side. Notice that I corrected that line, so it looks like it's connecting there. Okay, so there's the shape. So now the next step is going to be to go in and shade in the edges of all these shapes just like you did the first layer. So check the edge of your pencil. Make sure you have a nice smooth surface so that you can go in there and do your grading, your values. So make sure you're pointing the pencil towards the inside of the line. And remember those 3 layers. So if that's the first layer, about 1/8 of an inch. Second layer, slightly thinner, starting at the line and coming towards the middle of the shape. And then the third one, I'm rotating my pencil to get that sharp edge. And a little firmer to define that edge. And then going over it with little circles to smooth it out. And I'm going to keep rotating this. Now, since this is a layer down, you can actually shade in very lightly the entire shape. And then go back in, put another layer next to the edge, another layer closer to the edge, and then the third layer, turn your pencil, get that sharp edge. Okay. Check my pencil. I'm going to shade in the whole shape since I have a nice smooth edge right now. Go back in next to the edge, about 1/8 of an inch. Another layer, a little closer, and then the edge of the pencil. Okay, so there's one shape finished on the second layer, and you can see how it really looks like it's on a lower level than this top one, and that's all because of the value. And once you master value, you can really create beautiful three-dimensional drawings, really create the illusion of space. Notice I'm going to go back in, I'm going to really define where that shape meets the top layer. So over the shadow of the top layer, it's going to get even darker. Again, this shape is supposed to look like it's underneath here, so I'm going to make that line of the shape where the shadow is even darker. I'm going to find the pointiest part of my pencil and go along that line. And then light circles to smooth it out. So it's really starting to become 3D. So continue with each of the shapes that you've added for the second layer, and I will do the same, and then the next video will show you how to do layer number 3. So find some good tunes, plug in, relax, find your zen, and just enjoy the process. Let your thoughts wander. I'm sitting with the windows open. Hear a plane in the background again. That actually sounds like a single prop plane. That would be fun to go for a flyby, see what everybody's doing outside. A lot of people outside today. It's beautiful out.